guys, I'm at work again. Obviously, I work a lot, so I'm just recording while I'm at work when no one's here. Things have been good. I hit my head really hard yesterday, so yesterday was a little bit not so great, but today's been pretty good. I woke up, did my face. This be the makeup today. Don't judge me on my eyeliner. It's a rough eyeliner day, okay? Like, we're just lucky I even put makeup on my face. This morning, I got me coffee, and I kind of just I feel like I want to start this off with saying I'm not trying to sell anybody on anything. Like, I never am. I feel like there's a lot of misinformation out there, and so I'm interested in spreading correct information. So, I also spend basically every day of my life talking about this, so why not talk about it in a video also? But I wanted to talk a little bit about CBD, and especially living in an area that I live in, people are very confused about what's true, what's not, what's legal, what's not, and etc. So, in my state, I live in Indiana, CBD products are legal. Marijuana is not. CBD products in Indiana can only be processed and extracted from the hemp plant. So there is a difference between hemp and between marijuana. I wish that I had editing programs so I could put pictures here when I do this and that'd be a little more visually pleasing, but I don't, so I can't. So marijuana, the biggest difference is marijuana is high THC, low CBD. As a general rule, I'm fully aware that there's a lot of testing and experimental stuff that they do to make it so it has higher levels of CBD. But hemp is very high CBD and very low THC. So hemp will not have enough THC to give you psychoactive effects, which is what the high is. And CBD and THC are very similar chemical compounds. Like, even like when you look up what the chemical looks like, there's just a tiny little difference. Like, there's like a little doobly-doo, and it's like it's here for one and then it's here for the other. So the benefits that they both have are very, very common. They're very similar to each other, except CBD doesn't give you psychoactive effects and THC does. And that's kind of the biggest difference. So there is, I have a chart over there, but I don't want to get up and grab it because then I'm not going to be in front of the camera, and I feel like that'd be weird and I don't want to edit this. But the way that it works, they have so many different properties to it. There's anti-inflammatory benefits. It helps, like, there have been studies to show that it helps prevent, like, cancer cells from growing. It helps with anxiety, which is why I take it. I have anxiety and depression and PTSD, and, they have, and it's not formulated for each individual thing. That's one thing a lot of people are confused about. It's one thing, and it helps such a wide range of other things. Like, that's the thing about it, is that it's very helpful for a wide range of people, for a wide range of things, because CBD in general helps balance your body out. And it does that because we have an endocannabinoid system already. We already have, like, all the equipment in our bodies in order to use cannabinoids. We have receptors that have no other job but receiving cannabinoids and putting them to work where they need to go. They're called CB1 and CB2 receptors. And when you feed your system, you'll find that you get a lot of different benefits from it. So a lot of people that have pain, anxiety, some other ailment really wants it, but it's also really good for general health. It's so good for your digestion. It helps even out your system. I have IBS. When I'm taking my CBD every day, it's not as bad as it is when I don't. Like, it genuinely isn't. And it gets really bad sometimes. Like, I hate that I have IBS, but it runs in my family. Like, multiple family members on my dad's side have it. Like, it's okay. It's something I can't control, but it helps. And it makes it so that when I do have spicy food, alcohol, something like that, that's a really big IBS trigger, that my reaction to it isn't as bad. My anxiety levels are so much lower when I take CBD than it is when I don't. Like, it's so crazy to me. I was not a believer at first. Like, I'm not going to lie. I've partaken in weed. Like, I do enjoy it. It's nice. And I understand why people use it for medicinal benefits. And I've used it for medicinal benefits in places. Like, it's okay. Like, it's great. But CBD is so nice because, like, excuse me, you don't have to worry about being under the influence of anything because you're not. There's no psychoactive effects, and it still helps so much with so many people. And in this industry that I work in, I have literally like seen the changes that it does for people. Like, I've seen it firsthand. And I'm like a firm believer in it now. Like I said, I was very sketchy about it. I was very like a non-believer. I was like, oh, it's just like placebo effect. But like, placebo effect can't make someone who has lupus to the point that they can't walk on their own able to walk on their own. Like, it can't make placebo effects can't just make cancer go away. You know? Like, I understand there are placebo effect like pills and stuff, like placebo pills and shit. I understand that. But it's just like so not a placebo effect. And even like, we already have cannabinoids in our body naturally. We just don't have enough to do what it needs to do because it brings your body back into homeostasis. It's a really important factor in homeostasis. Like, it's very, very important. And most of our bodies are imbalanced nowadays because of the unhealthy food we have, or our diet choices, or whatever it is, like, or just in general, a lot of people's bodies are really out of balance. And CBD really helps bring it back into balance, guys. Like, I have not felt so passionate about something before besides like wanting to be a mom. Like, literally, I've never been this passionate about something besides wanting to be like, knowing that I want to be like a mother and a wife. Like, knowing those things are like those are the only other thing I've ever been this certain about. Like, it helps so much. And like, I'm blessed that I have the opportunity to work in this industry. I'm very lucky. I work in a great place. I work with great people, and I work with great products that help people. Like, that's one, like, and I don't understand why people have issues with it. I don't understand why people don't want it to be legal and things like that, because it helps people. It helps people, guys. Like, it's so helpful. And I just don't get why people, like, I understand the psychoactive effect side of marijuana, and I understand people not wanting that to be there. But they even have CBD products that aren't from marijuana. Like, we have CBD products that are from the humulus plant also, because they have a strain of the humulus plant that's grown in India that's very high in CBD. Like, cannabinoids aren't just from the hemp plant. They're in everything. Like, they're in so many different things. They're in other animals. They're in humans. Like, they're in your breast milk. Like, babies get it when they breastfeed. Like, why? Obvious. No wonder why they're so comfortable. Like, besides all the oxytocin and everything else, there's CBD in there as well. Like, obviously this is something I'm very passionate about, but I get so like, it's such a good thing. And like, for instance, like, everyone's body is different. Everyone's going to need like different levels throughout the day to help them individually with whatever they need. Like, mine, 50 milligrams a day is a really good number for me. I normally exceed that. Like, I normally take more than 50 milligrams a day, but if I get less than 50 milligrams a day, then I can tell that like it's not enough for my system. And it's not that I don't notice benefits still. It's just they're not as nice. They're not as, my anxiety is still a little bit more on edge. Whereas if I take it every single day, it's not as bad. Now, it's not going to fix everything. It's not going to fix anything. Like, it makes things better, but like, I also can't say that it's going to like fix or heal anything, because technically there's no studies in America that prove that. So we can't say that here, which is the reason why it's not considered a medicinal property here in America. But it helps. It's so good, and it's natural. Like, it's naturally occurring. And as long as you do your research on your products and you make sure that you're getting good products, like, if you tried a CBD oil and it didn't work for you and you only spent like $20 on it, well, it's probably because you bought a really low quality product, or you didn't take enough milligrams of CBD a day to notice a benefit. And that's the thing a lot of people don't understand, is that you have to make sure you're taking enough. And it can be costly, and anyone who works in the industry knows that and understands that. But if you're able to, like, it helps so much. And It just does. But this is one of the things I wanted to apparently just rant about it a little bit at first, but this is one thing I wanted to do more of, like, not really like a series per se, but like I wanted to do something like videos about this. I'm going to do a couple short videos specifically talking about like the endocannabinoid system, like a few different kinds of products and why there's difference in products, how to find a good product, what to look for when you're looking at products, questions to ask, what the right answers are when looking for a high quality product, and things like that. So just stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this little rant of me passionately talking about CBD and rambling. And I will see you next week, hopefully. I'm actually recording this one a week early so that I can just make it active this week when you watch it. Well, when it's uploaded. I don't know if anyone's going to watch it right when it uploads, but we'll see. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment down below, like this video if you liked it. If you have any other suggestions, questions, comments, if you know what I should be for Halloween, let me know, because I don't know, and I have at least 2 Halloween parties, not Christmas parties. I have 1 Christmas party to go to in December, but I have 2 costume parties to go to this coming month, and I don't have a costume. I have no idea what I should be. So leave me a comment down below and tell me what I should be, because I'm indecisive and I cannot make a decision, and I'll end up just like going as a cat or something. Like, I'm not good at coming up with Halloween costumes, so I need your help. And also turn on that little notification bell by the subscribe button if you want to get notified when I upload. Bye.